Hi, friends, and welcome to this new program. Today is July 9th, and we are already in July. That is crazy. Feliz jueves. Hola y bienvenidos a todos. Hoy es el 9 de julio. Qué tan rápido pasa el tiempo, pero me da mucho gusto que estamos aquí de nuevo y con información, con contenido muy bueno. Y hoy voy a hablar con una persona que a mí me ha inspirado muchísimo. Su nombre es Juan Garay. Él está en Florida, en la Florida, y ahorita ya casi son las 11 de la noche, pero él se va a unir con nosotros porque él tiene mucho que compartir. Es una persona que inspira, que crea contenido positivo, que motiva a las personas. And so what I was saying is that we're going to be talking today with a person who is so inspirational. He is actually in Florida currently, and it is almost 11 at night over there, but he's so happy that he's joining me today and that we're going to be talking about content, how to inspire, how to connect with others, and ultimately how to grow. So thank you very much to all of you who are here, who are joining me. Muchas gracias a todos los que están aquí, que me están acompañando esta noche. Yo sé que ahorita está haciendo un calor que no se imaginan. Yo estoy aquí y si escuchan un poco de música es porque afuera están trabajando. Vamos a pintar nuestra casa, entonces están trabajando afuera, pero pues ese es mi background music, un poquito de música. Pero como les dije, hoy le doy la bienvenida a Juan Garay y nos vamos a conectar con él en este momento. Hi, Juan, how are you?
Hey, good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm so excited to have you. And I was just telling everybody who you were, a little bit about you, how much you inspire, how much you motivate me. And so I'm just happy that you're joining me today. And a few people connected already, and I hope or we'll connect. And just so that you know a little bit about what this show is about, I always like to tell people, me encanta decirle a la gente de qué se trata este programa. This show is about inspiring others to create content, learning from experts and influencers, creators, also teachers, and helping other people grow either their personal business or their personal brand. And you are one of those people that really inspires me. Every time I see your content, it's not only inspirational, but it's also very focused on, what you're doing on your career path. It's focused on your growth. And so I love that. So welcome. How's it going?
Appreciate it. Things good on this side. It's getting hot over here as well. Like Miami's weather is so bipolar. Like days are hot, days are cold, days are raining. I'm like, what's going on with this weather over here? It's crazy. But I'm super grateful that I'm healthy and I'm alive. And even through this pandemic, I'm working and I'm still doing my best to do my part on this platform that I get to build on social media, Instagram and Facebook and everything.
Yeah, of course. No, it is. It's true. We should be grateful every day. And I think that's something that you always share on social media. Algo que Juan siempre comparte en sus redes sociales es lo agradecido que está, porque bueno, ahorita todo lo que está pasando en el mundo, de verdad que tener vida, tener salud, tener un trabajo, es mucho por qué dar gracias. Y vamos a empezar con la primera pregunta. We're going to start with the first question. So I want you to tell us what motivated you to start creating content on social media.
So what motivated me, what I would say is that I seen it as a tool to inspire people. You can either see the bad or the good. Un dicho que dice que puede ser bueno y puede ser malo, pero cómo lo utilizas es lo que
Claro, como
puede lograr hacer, right? And to me, right, to me it was like, you know what, if I can really like put full force and really focus on inspiring people to be better and just show them by my story. If I can just do that, why not do it? It's absolutely free. It's gratis. It's like, what more can you do? Like, I'm like, man, if I'm able to do that, why not? If it's just one person that changes their mindset or changes their life, why not be able to do that? I feel like we're all put in this earth for a purpose. And if it's being that we share our story, why not do it, And that pretty much pushes me every day. Like, I'm like, man, I know somebody out there is watching me and willing to change for the better, because I've been like rock bottom before. And I'm like, man, if I can get out of that, I'm sure there's people out there that can do that as well.
Yes, that is so true. And a lot of the time we see
I
people
can't
that
hear you.
that can't hear me. Can you hear me
No,
now? No? Can't hear me? What about now?
nope.
Still nothing?
Can you hear
I
me?
think como que la señal se está cortando. Yes, I can hear you perfectly fine. I don't know if you can still hear me. I can hear you perfectly fine. Como que la señal se está cortando. I think the audio is kind of disconnecting. There's probably some kind of disconnect
Mm-mm.
because the connection is not so good. But let me remove you, and why not have you enter the studio or the broadcast one more time? Can you hear me now? I think como que creo que Juan no me puede escuchar, solo vamos a quitar de allí por un ratito mientras él se vuelve a meter. We are going to have him enter again because seriously, like I just want you guys to know how inspirational he is. I have his content here and I'm going to share it with you guys. I'm all by myself, so I'm just trying to do the best I can to share with you guys what I have going on. But honestly, he is such an inspiration. He's always bringing good content on social media. He started doing more. He actually started his career, and I know that I've been following him for a long time. But I love how much he motivates. Me encanta como Juan es de bueno para motivar. Ahora él es un realtor y está vendiendo casas y él sabe lo que quiere, es muy enfocado y me encanta el contenido porque es muy específico a lo que él hace y también ha ayudado a muchas personas, ha crecido y sigue siendo de motivación para personas que también quieren hacer ejercicio, que quieren verse bien y sentirse bien. Y a ver, lo vamos a agregar. Hi, Juan, can you hear me now?
Hey, I still can't hear you.
No? Oh, that's so weird. Qué raro.
You can hear me fine? No.
I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
No.
Am I on mute on your phone? I'm probably on mute. We're a few technical difficulties, which is really normal. Ahorita estamos teniendo unas dificultades que es muy normal siempre cuando alguien está en vivo. Cuando estamos al aire, estas cosas pueden suceder y que a mí me sucedieron muchas veces y esto es para canal grande como lo es Univision, así que imagínense que no puede pasar para un live streaming vivo a través de Facebook, pero vamos a quitar a Juan, vamos a removerlo para ver si vuelve a entrar, pero les quiero compartir su página, porque su página de verdad que me inspira mucho. Él no solo es creador de contenido, pero también siempre está, no sé si lo pueden ver allí, ahí estamos viendo su página, estamos viendo, esa es su página, la que él tiene de su negocio, de lo que él apenas está haciendo, que él está vendiendo casas y pues por supuesto que está ayudando a personas a encontrar esa casa perfecta, que yo sé que todos queremos encontrar una casa perfecta y eso es lo que él está haciendo y es muy importante, por supuesto, tener plataformas y redes sociales porque la gente que ahorita en este momento no quieren salir de sus casas pueden encontrarlo y pueden hablar con él, hacerle preguntas y qué importante es en estos momentos tener las redes sociales o tener una plataforma para nuestro negocio. Vamos a traer de nuevo a Juan para ver si podemos y vamos a compartir aquí. Les quiero enseñar un poco de su a ver, share screen. Vamos a enseñar un poco de su página. Quiero que la vean. A ver, allí la están viendo. Ahora sí, ahí están viendo. Y a ver, ahí tenemos también a Alejandra que está dejando un comentario y dice, ¿cuál es el mejor momento para comprar una casa por medio de esto que se está viviendo? Así es, muy buena pregunta. Vamos a agregar a Juan. Juan, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, awesome, awesome. I'm so glad that we're connected again. I was showing people your page. Le estaba enseñando a la gente tu página, Juan, because I was telling them how motivational you are. And we actually have a question right now. A friend of mine, Alejandra Arce, she wants to know a little bit more about your career and a little bit more about real estate. And she's asking, what is the best moment or the best time to buy a house?
due to everything that's happening and that we are living through right now, what is the best moment? I wasn't, I know we said we were going to talk about inspiration, motivation, but this is the people, they're asking questions. So I don't know if you have some comments to that.
Of course, of course. So what I can say is that hoy es el mejor tiempo, o si no, cuando uno lo siente que está listo. Y con eso digo que puede ser que a veces cuando si ahorrado dinero, y si eso, y si tiene el crédito ya muy bien, y todo eso, porque hay mucha gente comprando hoy propiedad. Ahora, a lo que está pasando aquí en Miami, hay menos propiedad para comprar. Entonces, no hay suficiente propiedad. Entonces, lo que está pasando es que mucha gente está construyendo más casas. So, it's becoming more of a buyer's market now. And it's crazy because even through this pandemic, I'm grateful that, real estate is an essential. So it doesn't stop. Like even through a pandemic, it continues to grow and it continues to build. And it's not just an overnight thing. That's one of the biggest decisions people make. And it's an essential because people need somewhere to live. So it's not like they can be out on the street. People are moving in from other states to Miami, and it's becoming crowded. So a lot of people are looking to purchasing a home or renting a property.
Yeah, of course. And Juan, you are so young, and when I hear you speak, it sounds like you were not the way you look because you're so young. So talk to us a little bit about how you chose to do real estate, or what made you choose that career, and how has it been since you started?
So honestly, it started off with just people telling me like, "Hey, you should do real estate. Hey, you should do real estate. Hey, you should be a realtor. Hey, you should do real estate." Like it took me like years. Like this was when I was like 18 or 19 years old. People were just asking me, like not asking me, but telling me to give it a try, And what happened was from last year to this year, I started to apply to so many places, and I didn't get a call back because my goal was to leave a server position that I was doing. I was in hospitality. I was just serving tables and waiting tables. And my thing is like, I've always loved business. I love freedom and I love owning my time. And I'm like, man, what can I do? What can I do that I can help people and also own my time and own my freedom? Because my thing is, I've seen my parents, I've seen family members that work endless hours and lose time, precious time with their loved ones. And my thing is like, I pray and hope that, for my future family, that that's not going to happen with me. It's like, I want to have a stable business that I'm able to leave whenever I want, to go watch my kids play sports, to do whatever I want to do, because this life, we only get to live this life only one time, right? So why not live it to the fullest? And that's one thing that I've always lived by. So I was like, so from last year to this year, I started, the course, and it's crazy because, I'm sharing this and I'll share it live with you guys, but I failed the course, the state exam actually like 3 or 4 times. And it's crazy to me because I feel like I started to question God. I was like, God, like I thought this was it. Like, I thought you told me, to give this a try. And it's crazy because even through that failure, like I've learned so much about myself and about how God has a purpose for everything, and it's not through our failures that determine who we are. And that's one thing we have to learn, and maybe I'm like, just going off on this, but it's like, it's so important for us. It's so important for us to understand that, because like, what if I let that, like that moment identify who I was? Like, I wouldn't be as successful I am right now in this career. It's crazy because I'm literally reflecting. I'm like, man, I can't believe what's happening. Like, wait till you see like what, like I'm a post, but this month is gonna be incredible, And I'm like, man, like if I didn't make the choice to just go full force and do the course, pass my state exam, become a realtor, and own, now I'm a full entrepreneur. Not only do I do real estate, but I'm also in fitness. And it's like, I love it. Like, I'm like literally just driving sometimes. I'm like, man, I'm so blessed. And during this pandemic, I lack nothing. Like nothing. I have my health, I have financial, and I'm so grateful. And I pray that I continue to, sometimes you get that feeling like, man, is this so good to be true? Because it's like, you've been through so much worse times that I'm like, man, is this really too good? But I'm like, I can't let that moment just be like, man, you know what? I had to own up to it and know that like this is my moment. You know, we got to keep going because sometimes we feel like, man, this can't be for us. You know, like when we're going through a winning season, we're like, man, is this really for me? And just know that God has that for you because man, like I don't know, man, guys, like I'm telling you, I'm so grateful. And again, just going based off what like the question is that, you know, why is it that I chose was because, you know, I didn't get a response back from any of the jobs that I was applying, and it took me to take that initiative into making a choice to become a realtor and not looking back. I love it.
I love that. De verdad que inspiras tanto. Listening to you speak, listening to you say that, and to put God before everything too, because it seems like with everything that you're saying, you're also telling us that, you know, through that failure, you always saw the light at the end of the tunnel and that you always trusted God, because it seemed like you had a moment of like questioning God, but then you just continued to go for it. You know, you continued to do what you knew you were called to do. And really, I can't tell you enough how grateful I am to be having this conversation with you. Y ahorita tenemos aquí, we have a few people joining. We have Nidia, and she's saying, hola chicos. If you can read it there, she's saying, hola chicos, so great to catch you live today. Ay, muchas gracias, Nidia, qué linda. And then my sister, she's also joining. She's saying, amazing, super inspirational. Thank you so much. And then we have Nidia again, who says, God knows better than we do, and he always has the perfect plan for us. Yes, he does. And seriously, Juan, like you have no idea how motivational you are, because sometimes I go on Instagram and I see your post and even the caption sometimes, you know, obviously your pictures are so great. I love your pictures. I love your pictures, and you're very fit. Si siguen a Juan o si lo buscan en Instagram, lo pueden encontrar a Juan como Mr. Juan Garay, o también lo pueden encontrar bajo su cuenta de Real Estate, que es Real Estate with Juan Garay, para ver un poco de lo que él hace. Pero if you guys look for him, and I'm doing a little bit of Spanglish because I know that we have people that speak Spanish and also people that speak English, but if you look for him, like all your content is so inspirational, and I know that you're also focused on fitness. So talk to us a little bit about what that's been like managing those two things and then also inspiring people through fitness. What's that been like?
I love it. Like, it's just, you know, growing up, I mean, I grew up really overweight, you know, like there's a point that I was really overweight. So when I
want to show people.
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. I'm just saying that I want to show people. I'm going to go to your account just so that people can see a little bit about how you, sorry to cut you off. I just want to see, I want people to see your, there it is. We have your page right there. And I wanted people to see how you are, the pictures that you share and how fitness motivated you are. Okay, sorry. You can keep going.
No, it's fine. I mean, like, how can I say it in Spanish? Like, como yo pesaba mucho, como pesaba como 230 libras cuando tenía como 14 años. Entonces, yo sé que tener, y una cosa que quiero hablar también es que a veces yo pensaba que un cuerpo iba a ser suficiente para que la gente me aceptaran a mí. Y hasta que yo conocí a Dios, me sentí más lleno. Y eso es lo importante cosa. It's like, now that I'm filled with God, it's like, I know it's not just physical. Like, it's not just about the physical. It's about being filled first with him and knowing that that's who is enough for me. It's not the fact that I have an ideal body, because I've had the body. It's crazy because I love talking about this, because I've had the body that I've always wanted and I still was empty. So my goal has always been to tell people, like, hey, don't just go for the body, but go for the fulfillment of God having in your life, right? Because I've had it all. Like, I'm like, man, I was so empty. But it was the purpose for that, right? Because I'm like, man, now I can share about it and tell people, like, I don't want people to see me such a way, like, man, this guy has a crazy body, but he's just so full of himself. Like, I want people to look at me and be like, man, God is filling that guy up so much that I see God in him. You know, it's like, that's what I want people to see, you know. I've been broken and I've been filled. You know, it's like, it's a phase, right? It's like, you know, we have to understand that, like, I had to go through it, you know. And hold up on him out there. So,
No. I'm reading because I love everything that people are saying. You know, you can tell he's passionate about what he does. They're gonna go follow you. I love that you're saying this because so many of us sometimes feel that until I have the perfect body, until I'm smart enough, until I graduate, until I do this. But I think it's important to know that we can start now, and that, like you said, at the end of the day, you could lose all the weight in the world, or you can get as strong as possible. But if your spirit is empty, you have nothing, right?
Exactly. But when you're filled with this, and when you're focused on your body, like you're gonna feel like 1,000%. Like it's crazy because like now I'm like, man, I love myself and I love life, and I love to do life with God, and that testimony started just with making a promise to God. And I know I don't want to get off topic, but I really want to share this with you guys because it all started with me haciendo un promesa a Dios que le dije, I was like, Dios, te voy a dar un año, le voy a dar un año y a ver dónde me llevas. That was the promise. I was like, God, I'm gonna give you 1 year of my life. See where you take me, right? And it's crazy because it wasn't 1 year, you know, like it's gonna be the rest of my life. Like, God, just take me where you keep taking me. But it all started with that one promise. And I love sharing this because I feel like it's connected with a lot of people. Imagine you just made a promise to God, be like, God, like I give you 1 year, see where you take me. And I promise you, he's gonna take you places you've never been, in rooms that you've never imagined, in conversations with people you've never imagined. You know, it's like I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, man, like if I tell you, like, just it's so crazy to me. Like even now, like people ask me left to right, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing in real estate that you're closing deals left to right? I'm like, it's God, it's not me. You know, it's like it's me just having a relationship with people and letting them know, like, hey, like I'm here to help you out, you know? And when you're aligned to that, like things are just gonna open up. Like so many things are opening up, and I'm excited. And I'm like, man, just having this freedom to be able to do real estate and also help people with their fitness journey. It's beautiful to watch that that it all starts with just a choice, right?
Exactly. It all starts with a choice and really taking that risk. We don't know what's going to happen, but we lose more by staying where we are than by going for it and risking it. And I think that you are such a great example of that. And honestly, I was expecting our conversation to be amazing, but this is beyond anything I could have imagined, because to hear you speak, like I want so many people to hear this. I want everyone to listen to this, because sometimes we think that obtaining things and having material things is what matters, but that will come, you know. Like I think that when you put God first, those things come, because the Bible says it, you know, seek God and his kingdom and all things will come thereafter. ¿Cómo es? Buscar primeramente, ¿cómo es el versículo? En español es
Mateo 6:33.
Exacto, ¿cómo es que dice? I don't know why I'm going blank in Spanish, but I can remember it in English. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things will come thereafter. But I don't know why I'm blanking out in Spanish. But tú conoces ese versículo y es tan cierto. Y si la gente lo hiciera, se dieran cuenta de que literalmente it's like when you know, like when you were young and your friends were like, oh, let go, like just fall back and let go and I'm gonna catch you. And like we're so scared to do it because we don't know if they're not gonna catch us. But with God, it's like you can let go and really know that he's got your back. He's holding you. He's not gonna let you go. It doesn't matter where you are or what you've done or where you're headed, but you can fully trust God. And so seriously, this has been more motivational than I imagined, and not because I wasn't expecting a great conversation. I was, but this is like that times 100. And I want you to talk to us a little bit more about any challenges. I mean, you kind of talked about it a little bit, but talk to us about like just some challenges that you have maybe on a daily basis, or things that you've faced and how you've overcome them. ¿Cuáles son esos problemas o esos obstáculos que has enfrentado y cómo los superas? ¿Cómo sigues adelante, te levantas y te equivocas y mirando hacia el frente?
man, I don't even know where to start. No sé dónde comenzar. I'm like, man, I'm like thinking, I don't know, like, so, like, I don't know. If I tell you guys how many times I've cried in my car, like just feeling hopeless, like it's been so many times, you know. And but what I can tell you is that I feel like uno de los más gran momentos fue que me sentí um, tan solo, like it's like um, I say empty, like
Vacío, vacío.
vacío, yeah, that I was burnt out. And I don't know why I really want to share this with you guys, but it's like um, I feel like God gives us more than we can handle. I've heard this saying that says, "Oh, God will never give you something you can't handle." But I feel like God will give you so much more than you can handle. Why? Because until you know that you can't handle it all without Him, you find out that you have to have Him in your life more. You know, that's what happened to me. I was burnt out, like I was pouring onto people, and my cup became empty. You know, and I had a friend of mine, uh, JP. His name is John Paul. This guy completely changed my life. He told me something that really stuck to me when I was going through my hardships. Was that you want your cup to be overflowing, and what's overflowing is what you're pouring onto people. Because with me, I've always loved helping people and I love pouring onto people, but I became so empty that I was just an empty cup. But when I started filling myself up with His Spirit, and now I have this overflowing that I can pour onto people. So I can tell you, it's like, I mean, it's just making bad decisions into learning from those lessons and knowing that, you know what, God, like, I know I can't do this life alone. I need you every step in every way that I'm doing. I need you every single day. Um,
That's, that's
I'm not sure
amazing.
that's
No,
so I don't know
that's
if you want me to be more precise into like
no, no,
more.
no. That's beautiful. That's amazing. Thank you very much for being so open too. I think sometimes, we can be a little closed with what we share and how much we share. And so I really appreciate that you're sharing with us and being very genuine and authentic. And I think that's also something that I always see on your page, a lot of authenticity, just being real, saying what you think. And it inspires us because we know you're not being fake. We know you're being real. So talk to us a little bit more about how you've grown your social media, how these connections really matter and how they've helped you to grow.
So growing my social media, the algorithm was different back then.
I
It
know.
was more of, yeah, so it was so different. But I can tell you it's crazy because, I've met people, I've connected with people so much. And it was based off just sharing my story, on IG story, like talking as much as I can. I feel like for males is a little bit more difficult because I don't know. It's like hearing a guy talk is like, what is this guy got to say, And it's crazy because like the most how can I say this? The most close people in my life are family oriented, right? So a lot of them already have a family, have kids. Like a lot of my friends, like close friends, they're parents. Now, I'm not a parent yet, but it's crazy that I feel like God has given me a heart, that a father heart. It's like that. I love that because like I'm able to connect with a lot of moms. Like I don't know, like a lot of my clients, like the girls that they're moms, and I'm like, man, it's so cool that I'm able to connect with them, even though I'm not a mom. I can't ever be a mom, but it's cool because it's like they trust me enough with their fitness journey. They trust me enough sharing their low self-esteem, knowing that like, man, don't worry about this. I got you. I'll push you. I'm there for you. And it all starts with I'm going back with the social media. I mean, posting a lot. Making sure people see me. And not just posting to post, but posting intentionally. Letting them know like if I'm having a hard day, like, hey guys, this is what happened to me today. Or just this year, I actually had a huge car accident that had two herniated discs on my neck, and I was like, I talked about it on my IG story and letting people know like I'm a human being. Like I go through hard times, and just like other people, just connecting with them like that, not letting them just see the. I feel like some people have this una idea que redes sociales solo para señalar lo bonito
Lo
y
perfecto.
lo perfecto, right? It's like no puedes enseñar nada malo y solo enseñar todo lo bueno de la vida. And I'm like, no, man. Like to me, I want people to like be like, man, this guy, even though like he's going through hard times, he will still talk about it. Even though this guy has um gone through this or that, like he's showed us how he's overcome it. And I can tell you that's how I've grown my social media. I love my followers just like friends. I've always learned about networking. Networking is so important, and I feel like that's why a lot of people tell me like, hey, you should become a realtor. You should do real estate, because network has always been something that I love, because I've done community service hours in my community. I've gotten like an award, a presidential award, because of the community service hours I've done here. It's so cool. But I've met so many amazing people, and that's how I've been able to grow my social media as well. People are like, hey, follow him on Instagram, and I'm out there just passing out flyers and talking to people face to face. And I'm not scared to do that. I'm not scared to talk to new people. I love meeting new people. I love it. I feel like everyone has a story and everyone's unique in their way. And yeah, I just can't wait to grow my social media to even more and meet people all over the world.
Yeah, that's so motivational, and it really inspires me, because I think that it can happen to us where we see perfection on Instagram and we think, oh my God, my pictures also have to look that way, or I also have to do the same as what they're doing, have to have all the fancy things and show off all the nice cars and do this and go here. But there's nothing better than when you can be yourself and be honest, and somebody else is probably going through the same thing, because no one has a perfect life. Even people who have it all, like their lives are not perfect, because we all have bad days. We have bad days, we have good days, we have times when things don't go the way we want them to go, and it doesn't matter how much money you could have. Imagine someone who gets sick. It doesn't matter if they are the poorest or the richest. Anyone can get sick. Anyone can get the coronavirus right now. It's something that no one is exempt from this. So I think that when we are honest with other people, they can see that transparency, and then they also connect, because maybe they're going through the same situation. And how can we solve something when we're not being honest with the problem that we're having? So I'm so happy and thankful. And let me see, I have another comment here. I want to share it. We have authenticity is what people gravitate to. Exactly. We have Carlos. Carlos is from here, from the Bay Area, and he is also like such an entrepreneur. He works in Silicon Valley, and seriously, it's amazing to meet all these people. And a lot of the people that I know, and I'm sure that for you too, a lot of the people that that you end up doing something with is because of a connection that you made with somebody, and they introduced you to that person, and then that person introduced you to someone else. So I completely agree that being real is so important. And any other last words that you want to share with us, something that you want to leave us off with, you have it.
I mean, what I'll tell you is that don't be scared to share your heart with people, even if you feel like you've been hurt before. I feel like a lot of us, we hold ourselves back from pursuing the best version we can be in life, because we've been hurt so many times that we feel like, it's going to be the same thing over and over again, and expecting that is going to hold you back from bringing the best in you.
Yes, so true. Thank you so much, Juan. I was sharing your social media. I was sharing, this is your personal account, Mr. Juan Garay. He is in Florida. He's not here in California, and over there it's already probably like midnight or something. But that's how passionate he is about everything that he does, and I'm really thankful for taking the time to speak with me. You are so motivational. Every post that you that you share with your followers has been of inspiration to me. Not just fitness focused, but also when you share a hardship or when you share something that you're going through. It's always touched me and just made me want to go for it, do more and be of inspiration to others and be also the same, because sometimes people are very friendly on social media, and then when you meet them in person, ni te hablan. So I think it's important that we are, and yo te veo a ti, and I know that you're just how you are on social media. That's exactly how you are in person. Like if I find you at the store, which I'm not because I'm in California, but if I were to, si te encontrara en la tienda, I know that you would probably like be just as happy as how you are on Instagram. And so that realness about you, I really admire, seriously.
Appreciate you. And thank you so much for having me on here. When you asked me about it, I was like, why me? Like I was, and it's crazy because that's just the doubt sometimes that makes you question, And I just started to think, it's like, why not me, man? You know what? Like I love this. Why not? So
of course.
Thank you so much. Gracias.
And you've been sorry. I was just gonna say that you've been so inspirational that I can't wait to like go share this on Instagram as well. And so, como les dije ahorita, sigan a Juan. His name is Juan Garay. You guys can follow him as Mr. Juan Garay, or you guys can also follow him as Real Estate with Juan Garay. He's amazing. You have such great content, and overall, you're very humble and you found your purpose in life, but also in God, which is the first and foremost thing that every human being should do, because, there's nothing better than living life with a purpose and living it according to God's purpose, right? Yes. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, and have a good night. Ya te voy a dejar que te vayas a descansar. Dice aquí Nidia, she's saying bring him back on Sunday. I think we're gonna have to continue this conversation porque yo quiero que más personas me escuchen. I want more people, and I have another show in Spanish, and it's on Sundays at 11:30 in the morning. So maybe we can do a special. This Sunday I have a guest, but we'll be talking soon so that I can have you on the show and just sharing more content, so inspirational, and then also talking to us about that journey, that real estate journey, because I know that I'm sure it hasn't been easy, but I know that a lot of people can also benefit from all the things that you have to share and just your motivation. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm so up for it. So yes.
Thank you. Well, have a good night. Take care, and I appreciate your time. Buenas noches. Cuídate mucho. Bye, Juan. So that was Juan. Seriously, he is a very, very inspirational person. I want to share with you guys his social media. I have it right here. And I just want to, I'm all by myself. So that's why you see me here working my computer on my own. But let's see. We're going to share his page. It is right here. And like I was saying, Juan es una persona de mucha motivación, no solo en cuanto al ejercicio, pero como ya vieron, inspira de diferentes maneras. Y me encanta lo que dijo, que no importa qué tan delgado estés, qué tan bien te veas, o qué tanto dinero tengas, o qué tantas cosas materiales obtengas en esta vida, nada de eso importa y te seguirás sintiendo vacío si no tienes a Dios. Qué lindas esas palabras. Espero que podamos aprender de eso y recibir algo bonito de lo que él dijo esta noche. So, les agradezco mucho por haber visto el programa. Como les dije, yo siempre estoy aquí para poder compartir con ustedes algo más. Si él puede hacer una cuenta y compartir un poco de su vida y también hacer crecer su carrera, lo que le gusta hacer, ¿por qué ustedes no van a poder? Claro que van a poder, todos podemos. Y como dicen, el sol brilla para todos. Hay personas que dicen, bueno, pues, pero es que yo nunca voy a tener una audiencia o esto y lo otro, pero no, todos tenemos la oportunidad. Siempre es un buen momento para empezar y es mejor hacerlo ya porque el mañana no lo conocemos, pero el presente lo tenemos aquí, estamos viviéndolo, así que hay que echarle ganas, no tener miedo, poner la confianza en Dios y hacer lo que nos propongamos con todas las ganas y con toda esa pasión, como vimos ahorita a Juan, y lo pueden seguir en su Instagram, and Mr. Juan Garay. So ya me voy a despedir. Yo sé que el día de hoy tuve un poquito de background music, un poquito de música así como, ¿cómo se dice? Música de fondo, porque afuera están arreglando la casa porque la vamos a pintar, pero espero que haya sido de mucha ayuda. Y dice aquí mi mami, dice Dios bendiga a Juan, de verdad que sí, que Dios lo bendiga. Y dice Nidia, el sol brilla para todos. Así es, Nidia, el sol brilla para todos, no hay que perder la fe, hay que seguir con eso de que si tenemos algo que sabemos que queremos compartir, que queremos dar y que hay gente que también lo quiere recibir, hay que hacerlo. No lo detengan ahí adentro, no lo guarden, sino que compártanlo con los demás. Eso es muy importante. Y dice allí Nidia, gracias. No, gracias a todos ustedes, muchísimas gracias. Bueno, yo ya no les quiero quitar más tiempo porque sé que ya son las 9:12, pero los voy a dejar, pero espero que tengan una feliz noche y ya mañana es viernes, así que a disfrutar otra vez el fin de semana. Cuídense mucho y pues espero que se la pasen súper bien en casita o lo que sea que ustedes estén haciendo este fin de semana. Adiós.